Last we left off, after nearly a 10-day, your travels from Neverwinter to the Icewind Dale are finally complete. Your welcome into Bryn Shander was less than warm on all accounts. The weather is colder than it has been on the trail, the snow now deeper than you've dealt with since you began your journey, and you can swear even the sky seems darker during the day than any night you remember back home. Before finding a place to rest for the evening, you first met with the speaker of the town, Uvessa Shane. She delivered very unexpected news. The town is sacrificing people every new moon to the Frostmaiden in hopes that she will end this endless night, and tonight is the drawing. You may be guests, but you just found out that your names are also in the pot. Whimsy is dead set on not letting this event succeed. You now stand outside of the speaker's house in the town square. What do you do?
Well, I wanted to go over to the local church and spend like an hour or so in prayer and trying to communicate with some sort of higher power for guidance.
Okay. What is...
I want to go to, is it Falk Firebeard? Is that the name of the guy? There's a bar. Oh man, second. Let me look it up. Somebody else say something about what they want to do.
I am going to head off towards the edge of the city, start playing music, trying to attract a crowd and get some followers. Just starting with some joyful music that just to attract a crowd, get people to come. Staying in one place for a little bit, moving along, getting people to follow me. Just like around the edge of
He's
town.
gonna Pied Piper the shit out of it.
Yeah. So,
Elven's Comfort is where I want to go.
today is, or rather this week, the market is bustling in the center of the town. So just outside of the town hall, maybe a few streets over, that is where the majority of the people are. But if you, that is awfully close to the speaker's house, right, where you just came from. I don't know if you're trying to do this discreetly or not. There are a few inns that are located on the edge.
I'll probably, if Bran mentions to me that it's like market day or something, I'll probably head over there then instead and start to play and attract a crowd and just starting with that, seeing if I can get a crowd.
Alrighty, what are the other you're gonna go to Kelvin's Cairn? Is that what you're saying? Or not Kelvin's Cairn?
Kelvin's Comfort.
Kelvin's Comfort.
Kelvin's Cairn of Comfort.
Yeah, no. Let's pull that up. What about the other two? Gat and Quincy.
What's the mood like here in the town square? Like, is everybody on edge and apprehensive? Because I assume here very shortly they're going to draw names.
Not very shortly. There's still time left in the day. And not that it's easy to tell. But it appears that the people are out and about. Picture it like really topical. Picture it like COVID. You have a group of people that just don't care. They're just gonna go about their day regardless of whether or not lives are sacrificed. And you have others that are scared, that are concerned about the events that are keeping themselves more sheltered. And you're probably not going to see those folks just out and about their daily routines.
Okay, maybe I misunderstood, but you had said like the city was gathering towards the town center.
They will be gathering towards the.
They will be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I think it's in evening time.
yeah.
Oh, I did. I was like picturing them like setting
4
up a
hours.
fair with like food carts.
Yeah, I think it's
No,
that.
there.
Not that type of event.
No, there's a market that happens in the town square, probably once a month where everybody's gathered their goods and they start to bring that. It just so happened to line up with the new moon this time. So it is a little busier than normal. But no, it's not going to be necessarily like a fair or
Okay.
yeah.
Could be a good business strategy. Have like knucklehead fish tacos could be your last meal.
Yeah.
Today it
exactly.
could be you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just kind of try to tag along with Baron unless he objects.
Okay. Quincy?
So, the market is in the same place that we do in the drawing.
Yes, it is.
Then I'm going to take a look around the market and also scope out some good hiding spots in the area.
Okay. Give me a second to find out where.
And scatter.
Right? Yeah. Oh, there they are. Okay. The sub-tabs in this thing are wild. It's hard to find them sometimes. Brinshander. Okay. We'll start with, because you're also close to the town square, Baron, it's going to take you some time to walk to Kelvin's Comfort. And I forgot your character. Sariel. Yeah, Sariel. It's going to take you some time to walk to the edge of the city to get to the House of the Morning Lord. Whimsy, starting to play in the town square. Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Ooh. 11.
The bustling of what few people that there are there, and that being even drowned out by the wind sweeping over the walls, makes it difficult to get a gathering. A lot of people don't seem to be focused on the joys in life and more looking for necessities. So you're having difficulty, at least in this crowded space, trying to gather attention. Quincy, looking around for hiding places and places to scout, what is your intent with that? Is there anything specific that you're looking for?
Just somewhere where when the drawing happens, I can watch it without being seen myself, in case my name gets pulled.
Okay. All right, I gotcha. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay.
Get our low rolls out now.
Right. You see towards the center of the marketplace all of the carts and the shops seem to be set up around the perimeter, but kind of sitting in the middle there does seem to be a raised platform, kind of bare. There doesn't seem to be anything on the platform at the moment. But there are a lot of different alleyways. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of organization when it comes to main streets. You have basically one that cuts to each of the gates that's a nice clear route, but there are dozens of nooks and crannies that you could hide in and try to peek. Without guessing how busy it's going to be there, it makes it difficult to tell whether or not you'll be hidden. But also you notice that there are a lot of snow drifts. Keeping the snow out of the main walkways kind of gets it shoved up against some of the houses, so you know that getting up on top of the roofs would also be really easy. Your darker furs that you are wearing would make it a little more difficult to hide, like on top of a roof, because of the roof being just so, stark white. But you do think that there's a lot of places that you could hide out. Going to Berend and Gat, making your way to Kelvin's Comfort. It is just on the outside of the market square, kind of pushing through some of the different tents that are set up with selling some of the goods. You eventually make your way to the most popular of the taverns, Kelvin's Comfort. As you step in, today it's not so busy. You find familiar dwarf behind the bar, talking with a few ladies that you know are staff. And as you come in and he turns your direction, Baron, my old friend. Haven't seen you in a long time. What brings you back?
I'll just go up to the counter, pull out a stool from my turtle friend, and sigh. And
Who's your friend?
This is Gat, the Yeti Slayer.
Ah, you've slayed a Yeti then.
Aye.
Quite impressive. And he pulls up a bottle and starts pouring it into a smaller than normal glass and pushes it over to the two of you. It has a very deep amber color. Definitely tell that this is liquor. Baron, you would recognize it right away as the fire brandy.
Hell yeah.
Before drinking it, I'm gonna look over to Baron and see, make sure he's drinking it.
And you can see Ogden pouring himself one and taking a swig. Let's see here. And does so without making a grimace or a face.
Okay.
And as you drink it, you recognize in the beginning it is quite smooth. Although you do get...
Is he sipping it or shooting it?
No, he shot it.
Okay. I'll follow suit and...
Give me a Constitution check.
11.
It's good enough. You do kind of make a little bit of a face and you feel a strong burn in your chest. But one thing's for certain. You definitely feel the warmth creeping into your body almost immediately. Yeah, that'll do that to you. As he's looking at you, watching you kind of get a little warm under your furs.
That's the comfort of Kelvin's Comfort.
It's true. That's why lots of people come here.
And I could use some comfort right now. Usually I'd walk in here a bit more jovial, but I've already heard the news. I'm glad that some things haven't changed, and at least this is still around. But what's happened, Ogden? Are we a cult now?
Dark times, I tell you. It's... not everyone is super happy about it, but... they don't know what to do, they're scared, and so they turn to their leader, Duvessa. She's the leader of all... she's the leader of all the speakers. And I think,
How did it come to this?
well, eh, from what I understand, all of the towns came up and decided what they would be sacrificing, and they started to sacrifice different things, and of course the speakers still meet, right? But they're hoping that maybe Oral wants something, and if they give it, then they can relay the message to the other towns, and all maybe one town will receive some boon, some sign that they're on the right path. But it's it's been a couple times now, and we haven't seen anything.
I'll spit to the side, and why are we still doing it? I don't understand.
Come on, I like
I
to
heard
keep
of-
this place clean. And he throws a dish rag across the counter, kind of puts it into your chest. I know you're mad, but I still have a business to run.
I didn't spit on the counter. I spit on the ground. Dude, he still...
Yeah.
I'll just, like, throw it down and then move my foot around on the rag.
Okay. That's good enough.
I know I'm not the smartest dwarf or person in the 10 towns, but I just brought all these kind folk up. These Yeti slayers and master assassins and even a sorcerer and even a bard. And bring them into Lady Duvessa. We hear about this mad plan and suddenly all these folk are a part of it. It's not right.
He looks around, realizing there's not many in the establishment, and he leans across. How trustworthy is your friend there? He pretty trustworthy?
I'd say more than the rest of them.
What do you think about this?
Well, I don't feel like it has much to do with us. We're not inhabitants of this town. But I can tell you, if they choose to put my name in it and it's drawn, I'm gonna run or go down fighting. But ultimately, it's although I do worship, a god, it's a kind and loving god. I don't think
All
many
right,
gods actually
you've said
like
enough.
sacrificing.
Come with me, both of you. And he motions, stepping down from a platform that he has. His shoulders are just barely above the bar's table now. And he looks around, scans the room one more time before pushing into the kitchen and motioning you to follow along. As you get deeper into...
I'll ask him, are we getting out the reserve cask for the dark times?
Just shut up. Don't draw any attention to yourself. Follow me. I've got something to show you. And he continues to walk through the kitchen into the back pantry area, and you can see this worn down rug. It's probably been there for ages. And he flips it back, and there's a cellar door. And he lifts it up. Come. He steps down in.
This is where the fire brandy's made.
I told you, shut up. Don't draw attention to yourself. I've got something to show you. Watch your head. And, continues down there, allows you to step down in front as he shuts the latch behind him. You can hear immediately, like, the thudding and scuffling over top of that cellar door. which you can only imagine as somebody placing the rug back on top, as if they have done this before. Getting down deeper into the cellar eventually lights a lantern and another, and you can start to see a small little congregation area with a door at the far side. And he walks over to the door and he opens it. You see this? This is a tunnel that'll lead you out of here. All the way past the city gate walls. He shuts it. As soon as they announced what they were going to be doing, I pulled in some favors. Had people digging 20, all hours of the day and night to dig outside the town. There's a select group of people that rather than going to the town square, they'll come here. And there we have little birds that, if their name's drawn, they'll be ushered out of the town. Never to be seen. Go stay at East Haven or anywhere but here.
Exile sounds much better than death.
Do you want to stay here tonight during the ceremony? You and your friends, as long as you think that you can keep quiet about it.
Well, I trust Mr. Gat here. But
if you don't trust all of them, just don't tell them. Bring only yourself and your friend here. I can't risk the lives of others.
I trust them I trust their wits. Mr. Quincy's would probably do well as well. It's not that I don't trust Miss Sariel, it's just she's young. And Mr. Whimsy's got the fire in his belly and his heart about the whole thing, and I think he might try something. And we're charged with enforcing the whole affair. Can you believe it? I could arrest you right now. Of course, I'm not going to do that. Ogden, you and I, we're friends.
You and I both know that it'd be I that'd be sparing you. And he gives a playful punch, knowing that that's absolutely not the case. You would easily take him down.
Right. But I have to ask, was it the baker's daughter who got sent out?
Yep.
What was her name?
Daughter,
Josephine?
Yep.
Does that mean, Josephine, you're able to get her, to bring her back? Is she hiding in here somewhere?
She's not hiding here, no. I'm telling you the truth. The people that we know and love, they know of the back gate, if you will. They still have to survive a long time. She's missing a few fingers and toes, right? She went out there with no clothes. But luckily for her, there was a real blizzard that was in that day, so the visibility was not great. So once she got outside of that, she was able to circle back, get into the tunnel.
Aaron just speechless, nods his head and gets a little teary-eyed. That's good. I'm glad that
we choose to not know where they're at, because if we were ever to be found out, we don't want them to be tracked down. So, ignorance is preferable. But anyways, do with this information what you will. Just be discreet about it, will you?
Of course. Now, if one of our names is pulled and we're going to be out there enforcing the thing. I might even have to put down one of my own people. Where does this go? How can we...
Whether you go out the north gate or the east gate, you get to choose what direction you head. But the entrance on the other side is real close to the wall. There'll be... It's hard to tell. We go out there daily to make sure that it's brushed off. But you can tell there's a small lump that seems to be out of place. The snow kind of congregates on it. But sunken in, there's a small stick in the blue, a piece of fabric tied to it. It hovers real close to the ground, so sometimes you really got to look for it. But it's between the north and the east gate, about halfway.
Hey.
I can't leave the bar unattended forever. So do
You're
with
a good
this
man,
what you
Optic.
will. I'll catch
I
you
came
later.
to the right place.
And he walks back up, and to confirm any suspicions, as he lifts up the gate, or lifts up the door, the rug that was covering it kind of folds down over the door. And he holds it up for you all to get out. And then corrects it and places the rug over top of the cellar door.
As we come back out into the main area, are there... You said it's not that busy, but does anybody kind of clock what? Like us going behind the counter? And...
There's a couple patrons that are kind of off into the corner, but it seems like they look rather dirty, sweaty even, maybe just taking like a lunch or an afternoon break, and seem to be pretty deep into their stew and bread.
Well, not as savvy a spy as perhaps our Mr. Quincy is. I'll just say aloud, well, that was some great reserve firebrand whiskey.
And as you're ahead, he takes one more shot at your kidneys, like into the back, and be like, I swear if you don't figure out how to be more discreet, I'm gonna tell you not to come.
It's a cover, you understand? They think that we went back there and had some firebrand whiskey, but that's not what actually happened.
And he just goes back to the bar and just kind of hangs out and does his work. Where do you two choose to go from there? You gonna hang out there for a little bit and enjoy some warmth?
No, I think we need to immediately go find Whimsy.
Okay.
Okay.
As you're
Yeah,
traveling, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Gap?
I was just gonna say, yeah, I would follow Baron. You know, the
All right,
the
Mr.
social
Gat, here's the plan.
interactions and
We've got to get the Icewind Dale Protection Force back together. The band's all split up. Sariel's at the church. She's going to be fine, I'm sure. Maybe she'll even get the power of a god. Maybe that's how we should approach this. If you want to fight a god, you need a god, right?
right.
And then Mr. Whimsy's about to start a revolution, but we should probably go.
Did we ever officially introduce Whimsy to our group? Like, I didn't think he was part of the Icewind Dale.
I said I
Protection
was.
Force.
I think Mr. Vallis put him on the payroll.
Oh, Valis. Oh, okay.
But if he just doesn't do his first job, then I don't know how long he's going to last.
Right.
But I don't want him doing anything stupid, since we've got some reserve whiskey in the back. You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
Yeah.
Hang on, just let me make a note here. Don't use Berend as alibi.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. He's gonna be interrogated by the police, and he's be like, winking at the person he's covering for. Be
If,
like, yeah, he was inside with me all night. I got you covered, man.
if they're not if they don't come and stop me within half an hour, I'm gonna try something different.
Okay. They definitely would have been gone for more than a half hour. Or what would you have done different?
So after a few warm-up songs and when I recognize that people aren't gathering to me with the quiet, subtle approach, I'm probably going to cast thaumaturgy, making my voice rise up and do perform a song specifically about the our little group, the fight with the bandits. Using minor illusion to depict it above my head.
Okay.
And try to get people's attention.
You can give me a performance check. I'll give you advantage.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
27.
Yeah. Quincy, even as you're scouting out the area, dipping through alleyways and testing the snowbanks to see if they're packed in enough that you could climb on top of a roof if you want to, you hear this loud boom and entertainment starting to happen within the market, and it definitely draws your attention. Whimsy, you do start to gather a few people that are coming up and just trying to figure out who the hell is this person and what are they shouting about. And as they start to watch your performance, are drawn in a little bit more. Not quite sure what it has to do with what's going on right now, but an interesting tale and distraction regardless. Do you do anything with that once you have their attention?
Yeah, once I have their attention, I'll probably pivot into some songs that I think they'd recognize and try to get them,
Okay.
joining in a little bit, and maybe start.
What tone are you
wandering
trying to
about.
set? Are you trying to lean into the somber tone of the impending drawing, or are you trying to be more upbeat? Are you trying to make it angsty and trying to inspire an uprising like right now?
Not inspire an uprising right now. Right now, I'm probably going for a little more upbeat, but like the songs that I would pick would be ones that I think they recognize and would be like
Okay.
community focused. It makes them feel good about the community they're in and the people that they're with. Basically, like their neighbors and like songs of neighbors helping each other out and coming together in times of strife. And I'll probably transition more as like the time moves on. If I get like an hour, I'll transition more towards more sadder tales with
Yeah.
a happy note of neighbors working together.
Yeah, you've got some journey going on. You're just a city tiefling, born and raised, and wherever the hell you were raised from, right? You've got
I
that
love
going.
you love me. We're a
Yeah.
happy family.
Yeah, exactly. You're really leaning into the songs that they know. You've got a small gathering, a couple dozen folks that are kind of sitting around. It's taken a while, regardless of the performance, to really break them out to even try to get into the beat and enjoy the music more before they're just enjoying the spectacle as listeners, not necessarily participating. But you do seem to be gathering some people's attention. Before we transition over to Sariel, Quincy, is there anything else that you wanted to do during that time with the information that you gathered?
So my clothes are still quite dark.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. I want to try and get a white cloak to help camouflage when in the snow.
Okay. There's really only one place that was kind of talked about that you would know where to go, and that would be Black Iron Blades. Yeah. So that was kind of the general store slash blacksmith slash just multi-purpose place that you could probably go for right now. At least they might be able to even point you in the right direction, but that is one place that you know of. Let's get to Sariel. And we'll come back to that here in just a moment. Sariel, as you're wandering to the edge of the town, I need you to make me a perception check, please.
Oh, it's a 14, but give me a second to turn that back on.
No, you're fine. As you're getting to the edge of town in the direction that you are pointed to the House of the Morning Lord, you're struggling to find anything that resembles a church. You don't see any, extravagant signage or, tall steeples, anything. But you do kind of find a rundown house. And give me a religion check.
Okay. A 5.
You come across an interesting symbol. A large circle with a sun in the center of it. Red paint kind of in between each of the different rays of sunlight shooting out to the edges. You don't remember that as the sign of the Morning Lord, but it's a sun. Maybe that's it. You kind of peering into the window, you can see an elder woman in normal traveler's clothes, bundled up. And you see a small, almost looks like a small teddy bear following her around. And as she opens up a back door, you can see now a shrine that she's going to go pray to. And that gives you the indication that you're probably in the right place.
I guess I'll knock.
As you knock, kind of peering in through the center window that's in the middle of the door, very thick glass. But you can see her as she was just beginning to kneel, kind of gets up, and you can hear murmurs under her breath as she stands back up and heads to the door. Who is it?
I'm sorry to bother you. I'm just looking for a place of worship.
Ah, see, Copper, some people still want to come worship the Morning Lord. Come in, come in. And she opens up the door. Hello, sweet child. Come in. Come for warmth. And
Thank
stepping
you.
in, she shuts the door behind you. My name is
And this-
Mishan.
Hey, Sean. I'm sorry. Nice to meet you.
Ariel, that's such a lovely name. Are you a worship of Amontor?
No. But holy ground is holy ground, and it's the best place to connect with deities. So I needed some guidance.
I see. I'm sure Amontor can take you to the right answer if you pray.
Maybe.
And she kind of walks you to the back room. And she plops down onto a small pillow and closes her eyes and then motions over to you and please have a kneel or whatever you would like to do to make yourself comfortable.
Is there anything that I can get you that would aid in your prayer?
A brazier or a candle. I mean, the bigger the flame, the better, but any flame will do.
Copper, Copper, will you get this nice young woman um, a brazier and just get her all the things that she requires?
And you hear from that small teddy bear as he turns around, and you can see that it is a small gnome, just in a very handmade, like just hodgepodge. Yeah, basically looks like an Ewok.
Oh yes, right away. I'll be right back with the things that you require.
And
Oh, thank
he
you.
kind of staggers off and runs and grabs the things that you asked for and sits them down in front of you.
Is there anything else that you would need?
No, this is okay for now. Appreciate all of your kindness.
Copper, stop bothering her. She said what she needed.
But some advice would be lovely from somebody who has lived here for a while and knows the ropes and has a connection.
Are you saying that out loud to her or him?
But
The
whoever's
gnome.
in the room, it's both. It's kind of directed at both.
What can I help you with, child?
I'm troubled. I'm troubled by the news. We just entered town and we heard about the event tonight.
Ah, yes, I do understand the predicament that you're in. Don't you worry, you've come to the right place. The Morning Lord will protect you.
But just me or everybody?
Only those who worship him.
And not very many people worship him?
Some are more devout than others. You see, those... Sometimes being scared leads people away from their faith and they start doing evil, nasty things. Others, it draws them closer to their faith, so some people come and they pray quite frequently.
But there's nothing to be done to help those that are lost?
Copper here goes out and tries to recruit some people to the humble establishment. You see, we don't really have a big means to support a large accompaniment of people. It's a very modest home. It's my home, indeed, that I've turned into something that people can come and worship.
That's very kind of you.
He rents out the attic.
That's good. Yeah, it's just where I'm from, the faith protects. Even those that don't realize that the faith is protecting them. Have you heard from your god?
Oh, yes. I hear from him daily.
Can you show me how to communicate with him so might have a conversation with him?
Oh, yes. Just think of what you would like to ask him. Close your eyes and ask him. He will listen. You're in the house. House of the Morning Lord. He will find you.
Okay. So I will do that, and I will light the brazier, and I will also kind of internally talk to both my deity and that deity. And basically, I just want to go, how to stop this? How to help these people? I just want to ask that question, like guidance. I want advice from something that's bigger than me, like on what to do.
As you're praying, you hear a response. You will not be able to help them here. You must go directly to the source.
Is this the same voice I heard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Oh, wise one, thank you for your guidance. I'll do just that. And I'll kind of straighten up and stiffen. And I'll probably stay there for like a good 2 hours before I brush myself off and thank you and bow. Thanks, leave her a gold and for her church, and go back to the town square to look for the others.
As you start to run out, the gnome just comes kind of skittering out of the door. Wait! Hey, I know I just met you, but you seemed like a really nice person, and, well, you don't know my full name, and I suppose you don't really need to, but I'm Copper. I probably shouldn't have even said anything. I don't know why I'm just so stupid.
It's okay.
Copper Knobberknocker, that is my name. And
Nice to meet you. Sorry, Isabel. So nice to finally meet you.
I have a friend that I haven't heard from in quite some time. He is a tinkerer like me. He does research, and he was working on a way to stop the endless night. He was working on a very, very top secret project. He's at the Black Cabin.
The Black Cabin.
The Black Cabin.
Is that here in town?
No, of course not. There's no cabins here in town. It's in the woods.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm new here.
Far to the north. It's his name is Macretus. If you see Macretus, you'll know the Black Cabin if you see it. Trust me. Will you tell him that Copper was looking for him?
Okay. It's Knobberknocker? Copper Knobberknocker?
Knobberknocker, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
It's just north of Lonelywood.
Okay, I'm sure that Baron knows that area. He's our guide.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. Here. And he pulls out from his pouch, this is something that I've been working on. And he hands you a small little clockwork animal. It's really hard to tell what it is. It's got 4 legs and a tail, but outside of that, you have no idea.
This is so very special. Thank you.
If you twist the key on the side, it'll move.
That's... How? Is that magic?
No, it's ears, and it's tinker stuff you wouldn't understand. Just enjoy. Thank you so much. And he runs back into the church.
Oh, hold on. Before you leave, I will kneel down and I will say a little prayer and I'll cast guidance on him.
He kind of closes his eyes as he feels the warmth come over him. Well, I better not waste this. And he runs inside and gets to work on something else. Alrighty. As you all eventually make your way back to the center, the town square seems to be just a little bit more alive as people are starting to come together for tonight's events. What do you do?
So is Whimsy just like playing on a roof?
He's probably on somebody's like wagon, like standing on the side or something. Yeah. Like a lot of times when people, they bring their wagons in and they pull some of the goods out and put it in a shop, and so you've got kind of empty wagons hanging out, probably standing on one of those.
Yeah.
And where is Brenton? Bren. Is he with you then?
You're talking about the convert,
Bran.
right? Yeah,
Bran is
Yeah.
with me. He's probably. I probably told him to, get a hat or something and hold it out for donations. Not. I made sure that he knew not to be pushy, just to be there and available for people who would want and have that.
Yeah, probably after about a half hour of holding the hat out, he eventually just kind of sets it on the ground and like just leans up against and makes sure nobody is taking
It's
anything
that-
from it.
Yeah. It's fine.
I guess as we approach the scene, I'll whisper to Gat, some kind of revolution they got going here. Profiting is all I see.
I don't know how much part we want to take in it.
Well, let's interrupt this little festival. I'll try to wave Whimsy down.
Just one moment, I almost forgot about Quincy. Let's get him back to the group.
Oh, yeah.
Quincy, as you're walking down one of the side streets to get to the Black Iron Blades, right before you walk in, you hear a couple individuals. Another sucker going to Black Iron Blades. Such terrible quality, I don't know why anybody continues to shop there.
Well, aren't you fishing for customers?
Who, me? No. Just trying to... I can tell you're not from around here. People don't usually use Black Iron Blades. You see, he's located in the center of town to draw the most traffic, but don't let that fool you. That's where he offers some terrible quality steel. I wouldn't go... Test it out for yourself. Don't just don't take my word for it.
Oh, and where would you recommend I go instead?
Well, I'd probably have something ordered and brought in from Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter. But that's just me. I wouldn't trust any of these thieves to make me my protection.
It's fair, you should never trust a thief. And I'm just gonna walk off.
1 second. Gotta find the... Where'd it go? As soon as you start to walk, he reaches out and kind of like touches your arm. Doesn't grab it. He says, "Hey, listen. I mean what I said. You need to watch out for their quality. But if you're really looking for something a little more higher quality, there's a traveling merchant company called Torgs. It's owned by Torga. They get all the goods that are coming up from north or coming from the south.
They sure do.
Alright, I'll keep an eye out for them.
All right. Good.
And
Good luck. Take care.
I'm gonna say in Faith Cant, it's like, I've heard of their merchandise.
And surprisingly enough, thinking that you're for sure that this guy is in on it, actually, give me an insight check.
Insight. 4.
As he is looking at you with this puzzled look as you're just start rattling off. Yeah, talking about whatever, hinting at knowing where his merchandise comes from. I'm not sure what you're talking about, friend. Maybe Black Iron Blades is good enough for you, and then just kind of walks off.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, and so with that insight, you are struggling to know whether or not he was actually ignorant or feigning ignorance.
But he was an ass. So.
Yeah, he was an ass. He was an asshole. So, heading into Black Iron Blades then?
Yeah.
Alrighty. As you walk in, you can see that this place is split into two clear sides. As you're walking into the common room, you can see the one side is clearly the blacksmith portion, and the other side is more of the general goods. Which side do you want to go to?
General goods.
Heading into the general goods, you see a short dwarven woman. Darker hair, not red, more of a black brownish color. Hello, what brings you into town? What brings you into our store today? What are you looking for? My name's Elsa.
Charmed. I'm looking to do some scouting and hunting, and obviously black kind of stands out in the snow. I'm hoping for something I can cover myself up, like something a bit brighter, like a white cloak, for example.
Oh. Yeah, that'll keep you warm, but the white will definitely keep you hidden. Let me see what I got. I'm pretty sure I got a lot of things in back that might fit your style. Are you looking for something with a hood or just the cloak?
Cloaks have hoods.
Or you're right. I'm sorry. And she kind of walks into the back. And she comes back out a little bit later with very heavy cloth material. And she's like, this is as white as I can get. Is this going to be good enough for you? And it is. It's you feel like it's going to give you adequate cover. It is a little off, but you think that it would be able to do the job. Like, it would definitely keep it doesn't look like whatever dye job that they did to try to like bleach it white or whatever. It's patchy, so you're not sure if it'll like add to the help of cover or whether or not it'll give you away, but it looks pretty decent.
Yeah, should do the job.
Would you say it's more of an eggshell or a cream? Or a chiffon, or...
Oh, yeah, the many shades of all of the
I bet
above.
it's more of a stone, actually.
I thought chiffon was a fabric.
It's also... I'm looking at the shades of white.
50 Shades of White,
Parchment.
Baron's new
Coconut.
book.
Google to
Are
this.
you saying right now you are? Are
Is
you
that
saying right
Aaron's new
now?
book, or Shades of White?
Are you saying right now you're looking at 50 Shades of Grey?
Of White. He's very
White.
boring.
A little more...
50 Shades of White.
Y'all are wild.
A little more...
I mean, that's
Hey,
just
baby.
U.S. history, right?
You want to go down to my sex dungeon and do missionary?
50 Shades of White right there.
Yeah. 50 Shades of White.
That'll
But
just
we
be
have to
five.
keep a blanket between us as well.
That'll just be 5 gold pieces.
Do you have anything else of interest for a hunter?
Just your typical adventuring gear. Anything that you might need. I've got some rope or some traps if you're looking for. I've got some bear traps for your larger game. Without knowing what you're looking for, it's hard to... what are you hunting?
Have you not got anything to show off? Anything fancy? Or is it just all usual adventuring gear?
We don't get much... We don't... Our caravans aren't coming back to us like they used to with the goods from the south. Not sure what's happening. There's been reports of troubles in the past, but unfortunately we're having to make a lot of our own stuff up here, and it's not as good of quality as it used to be. My brother next door, he's even having trouble getting good quality steel. That's more of... It's not necessarily coming from the south, it's coming from up north, but the weather in the night, it's hard to come by. Most recent shipment of steel bars it hasn't made it. I don't know what's going on. It's been really tough going for us.
I'm gonna give him the 5 gold coin to take the cloak, and I'm gonna be... We encountered some bandits on the way here. You might want to start hiring security for your caravans.
You've got to be kidding me. We can't afford... Okay. I appreciate your honesty. Did you deal with him at least? Or did they rob you blind too? Did you... Sorry, you kind of cut out there a little bit. Did you actually respond to that?
I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Did you deal with him at least, or did they rob you blind too?
Oh, we dealt with them.
Good, good. Well, maybe, fingers crossed, we'll start to get our next shipment in. Well,
I'll tell you what, I shouldn't...
And she actually goes behind and she gets a hunting trap. It's a steel, just multi-groove tooth. I'm sure you know how to use this. You can have it. It's free. My brother made it, but appreciate your information.
Alright, well, I'll give you another free bit of information for the trap. If your stuff's going missing, maybe take a look around for merchants who suddenly seem to be selling the missing goods.
And she's just kind of sitting there thinking back and forth, like you see her eyes darting wildly, trying to think of who would do... Are you talking about here in Bryn Shander? Or across all of 10 towns?
Both, but I mean, if some merchant suddenly happens to be selling the same stuff that disappeared from you, it's probably yours.
I don't know where you came from, stranger, but I appreciate all of the information you've given me. I'll tell my brother and we'll see if we can't get some help from Speaker Duvessa. Thank you. And she walks over and she shakes your hand. Really, if you need anything else,
I'm not where to come.
Thank you. And she kind of wanders into the back room, and you can just kind of hear her cursing under her breath, just frustrated with the unfortunate events. Do you head back to the center of the town?
It would just be kicking them when they're down the rock to steal from them now. But on the other hand, nah.
Were you really thinking about it?
Yeah. Nah.
Never
I'll
trust a
sleep.
thief.
Exactly.
Information isn't free. Alright. So you're not going to steal from them? I'm not trying to
Are they
goad
both-
you into it. I'm just trying to make sure I understand what you're doing before you leave.
Are they both in the back?
There's no one currently watching the floor on the general goods side, and because there's like a small hallway separating you to the blacksmith area, you're not sure what he's doing. Give me a perception check.
There's a teddy bear Ewok gnome somewhere.
Perception.
There's one in every building here in Brinchander.
You can hear the wind going from the bellows, just so you know that somebody's probably manning it. So the brother or whoever is tied up while the woman is in the back.
I mean, they're basically asking you to steal from them, right?
I know.
They even gave you something free already. Seems like they've got a lot to spare. What is this sob story about? Not having any goods.
As I'm walking out, I'll see if there's anything what could be useful / valuable. I can just grab on my way out.
You got chain, crowbar, grappling hook, hammers, hunting traps, lamps, lanterns, locks, manacles. There's a mirror, a miner's pick, whetstones, iron spikes, ball bearings, a bell. You got sets of different tools, carpenters, masons, smiths. You even see a horn, a musical instrument.
So your face light up when he mentions the horn.
Yeah, he needs a brass section in his accompaniment.
It's okay, Baron
It's
to play
Bran
for
to
it.
play it.
I'm on the drums.
Nah, I don't.
You see,
I don't
like,
take anything. I've got.
snowshoes, other, cold weather gear. You see goggles. Nothing.
Nah, I've got standards.
Okay. Yeah, nothing.
I
Unfortunately,
know,
they.
still.
Cheap things.
Yeah, right. Only steal expensive things. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's not much of major value here. Yeah. Sorry. Head back to the town? Or to the
Yeah.
center? Okay. Now that you all seem to find yourself together again, Whimsy playing away, and I think Baron was trying to break it up last we saw.
About how long have I been playing, and how long until the?
About 2 hours. About as long as Sariel's been gone. About 2.5
Okay.
hours. And it's hard to tell, but judging by you've probably got about 150 people in the vicinity now, maybe even a little bit more. Lots of people are starting to crowd the streets. You could probably guess that there's maybe 600-700 people now in the town square.
Listening to me.
I mean, a lot of them could be listening to you, but there's only probably about 150 of them that are up close and, engaged.
Okay, and then how long until the drawing, so to speak?
Hard to tell. There's no timer on it, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll probably so how far away are we from am I like in the town square that the drawing is going to happen in, or are we
Yeah, you can see kind of between the crowd of people that you have now and one of the nearby buildings, you can see the platform that you can only imagine Duvess is going to come out and speak on.
Okay. With this big of a crowd, not wanting to lose it, not knowing how much time I have until the drawing, I probably won't. I'll probably just ignore Baron. I'll like wave to him in between a section.
No. If you ignore me, I take out my drum and I start like playing. I'll like pretend to be part of it and like sidle up to you.
Okay. Then I'll switch over to a musical only with a minor illusion. Probably one of the scenes I've heard of one of their other fights that I wasn't actually there for.
Okay.
Just playing that.
The one
so
about
I
the
can-
harpies.
Yeah. Minor illusion depiction of that. And
Gat on the ground.
I've stopped ribbing on Gat, so he won't be on the ground. He'll be in the fight. I've stopped ribbing on him once he actually asked before killing something. He showed growth, so I'm giving him a reward of not making him hated.
Baron, if you're playing the drums, give me a performance check.
Let's see. Which would actually. So if I'm proficient in it, I get my proficiency bonus, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The drums,
So-
yeah.
So add 2 to this.
All right. Yeah, you haven't sent people away. Yeah, you're right in there
I'm
with
probably like playing up the. You're doing good.
Yeah, nice.
Like,
What I'm adding is basically the equivalent of just like a cowbell.
yeah.
I'm able to keep the rhythm.
Yeah,
Um,
need more.
with like a slight flourish here and there.
Yeah.
What do you want? I've got a crowd here.
Yeah, nice revolution you got going here. So what's your plan? Did you come up with anything?
I'm getting them here. I'm getting them thinking about their friends and family and how important it is that for them to stick together in trying times. And when it gets closer, I'll transition them to be a little angrier about the fact that they'll be losing people in these trying times.
Well, look, I know what's being asked of us isn't good, and I don't rightly know how they came to their decision, but we've got an exit strategy. We've got a back door. You know what I mean?
I'm not concerned about us.
The baker's daughter's still alive.
Do you know where she is?
No. You see, Mr. Whimsy, I'm part of a special society, much like the one you're singing about, community, you know, people that care about each other. You know, I know this place might seem a little cultish from the news that we've just heard, and I can't explain it, but there are still good people here.
I know, that's what I'm counting on.
But I don't know if it's best to do something so brazen against the speaker.
I'm gonna look at you. Can you promise me that no matter whose name gets called, they'll be safe?
I think so. They've done. The friends I've talked to have saved them so far. Just nobody can know about it just yet.
Give me a stealth check to see how quietly you're whispering.
Over the sound of my playing. Me as well. I'm assuming. Where is stealth? I have that. Oh, well.
Do you still have the prestidigitation amplifying your voice?
No, I do not have thaumaturgy amplifying my voice while I am not doing it.
Right. Yeah, the teachers in the other room accidentally left their microphone on and talking shit about everybody. No, yeah, there was only one person that was kind of really close enough that would have been of, you know, potentially not wanting to hear, and that was Bran. You could see him kind of leaning in, trying to listen, but he was, at least from what you could tell, not able to hear anything.
And your pet, your slave, your charge there is not in the choosing, so hopefully that'll be all right. But I won't lie to you, Mr. Whimsy. I don't know what to do. The speakers were voted in. Usually we can count on them to do what's right for the town. I don't know how they came to this decision. I still haven't figured that out.
Doesn't much matter. It's clearly the wrong decision. And I think these people here aren't happy with it, and they know that it's not right. And if they want it to stop, it should stop. No subterfuge needed.
Now you know they feel that way? Or are you making them with your music and your manipulations?
Bringing to the surface things they're already feeling. I can't make them do anything. Well, I could make them do anything. I'm not going to make them do anything.
You're a real sorcerer.
Got some magic, but I'm not influencing them. I'm not enchanting them. I'm just reminding them what's important in trying times.
Right. Well, I have a proposal for you if you want to stay on the Icewind Dale Protection Force. I say we make a face of doing our job here tonight until we can figure out what's really going on. Come up with a plan. That way we don't risk the ire of the sheriff or the speaker. We can operate unhindered.
Are we... We're leaving after night, right? We're leaving fairly soon. We won't be here the next time to make sure people are safe.
Well, the next choosing wouldn't be until the next moon, right?
Right.
I don't know what our next job's going to be. It depends on where we're tasked.
So either this ends tonight or it's out of our hands.
No. We'll have some time to make some moves before the next one, right?
Maybe. I'll think about it. I'm just gonna say I'll think about it. Now stop harshing my vibe.
Well, if you get yourself arrested, we'll figure out what to do from there. And maybe I'll be the one to arrest you. Better watch out.
I'm gonna keep playing. Go back to an actual singing song.
These the harpies are just as beautiful as I remember them.
What are the rest of you doing?
Once I got back into the town square, if I noticed Whimsy and Baron, I'd be trying to get Baron's attention.
Okay.
Yep.
Just in the middle of the song, I'll go towards you and just stop playing with whatever it was. Maybe even like walk through the illusion. Miss Ariel, where's Mr. Quincy? Were you off by yourself?
Yeah. I just went to the church to talk to the wise woman that lives there. I did get some information that might be useful to you.
You're right. You weren't harassed in the streets or anything by any of these. All right.
No, I'm fine.
Oh, you went to the church.
Yeah.
You got your god. Your god's gonna come.
I got advice from my god. Yes.
Oh.
And I'm gonna start like taking my pack off and handing it to Baron. I also met a very nice gnome, and he told me that his friend, who lives north of the Lost Woods, I think it's Lost Woods, is working on a solution towards...
You mean the Lonely Woods?
Yeah, that one.
Not all those who are lonely are lost.
Okay, that's interesting. Anyways, he said his friend is working on a solution for the long night, and that maybe you guys should go talk to him. And I'm just... Oh, he also gave me this, but you can have it. And I'm just like removing stuff and handing it to Baron.
What the? Well, what's this?
I don't know, but he says that if you wind it, it moves. But he said it's not magic, so.
Well, I got some information as well. So, would I know the gnome? They're like, am I pretty?
I don't know. Are you
Maybe
are
not,
you
because
a
I'm not really
religious
a
man?
morning lord.
Yeah.
I think I am, but not like a morning lord.
If you've ever been there once, you would know of him. You might not know him well, but you would know of him. He typically is more of a hermit, so anybody that comes in, he tends to try to make an impression on because he wants people to come back, and he doesn't venture out.
That a gnome, you say? Copper knobber?
Yeah, that one.
Knobber cock.
Very sweet man. But yeah, he said that his friend Malik Macretus up north it might be a solution to the long night.
Malik Macretus.
Yeah. Just Macretus, I think. I don't know. Anyways, you can have that and you can have, and like I said, I'll just all of my personal belongings. The only thing I'm gonna be wearing now is my coat. I'm gonna give to you.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What is it? What is all this about?
Well, you might need it when you go up and talk to him.
You're not. I'm going to go talk to him.
Well, hopefully, if you can find a way to stop the long night.
Come over here. Come over here.
Yes.
Come backstage with me.
Okay. I think it's just behind a wagon.
Yeah, it is.
Mr. I'll bring Mr. Gat. I'll bring Wave Gat over too.
Okay.
And maybe have him position between us and the crowd to get more privacy.
Mm-hmm.
We found a back door, and some of my friends here, the Secret Society of Good Folk, there's a way to get people back in after they're sent out, and they saved that poor girl's life. I thought you'd like to know.
That is.
Now this is important, Miss Sariel, and this is very important. You can't tell anybody about it.
I won't tell anybody. That's both good news and bad news, because if that's why the ritual's not working, then
they've never. We don't even know how they came to that decision.
maybe we should figure that out. Maybe we should understand why they chose to do that. Maybe they have knowledge we don't have.
I'm trying to tell Mr. Whimsy that he keeps calling us a cult.
Well,
which I don't blame him. I came here and thought, what is the 10 towns coming to?
Yeah, it's definitely scary, but I was instructed to go to the source, so that's what I'm planning to do tonight.
The source? Where's that? What's that?
I don't know.
You're gonna do that tonight?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a job to do tonight, I figured we do our job.
No, I'm gonna volunteer.
You don't have to volunteer. You're on the job already, remember?
No, I'm gonna volunteer to go north and be a sacrifice. I'm gonna head to the source.
What? No.
It's the best way to help these people.
You're gonna die.
I'll be okay. I've got the protection of the silver flame.
Oh, what's the silver flame gonna do for you when you're out there in? You're out there not, and then. No. you're staying put here. You're gonna do your job. We're gonna figure out a way to do this. Somebody else's name's gonna get pulled, and you're gonna keep your mouth shut, and you're gonna sit back, and you're
Baron,
gonna,
I can't do that. I have to help these people.
and you will, and you will.
But we can't let somebody else go out there and sacrifice themselves when I have, at least the holy protection and guidance from my deity.
Serial, that's why we have the.
Oh, I appreciate that you have the back door, but again, that could be why it doesn't work. But while I just do this, you guys can go up north, talk to Mr. Copper's friend, and see if he has a way that might be able to.
But are you? So you're gonna go? You're gonna go die?
I'm not gonna die. I'll be fine. I'm gonna go find this lady, and I'm gonna ask her to stop.
You can't do that by yourself. You can't do that by yourself.
I'm never
You know,
truly alone.
if the cold doesn't get you, then a yeti will, or a wolf, or some bandits, or something. You know, we don't know how powerful this Frostmaiden is. I mean, powerful enough, you know.
Somebody's got to get to her, talk to her, talk some sense into her, or show her some kindness, or stop her in some way or the other. I don't know, but
Whimsy, are you still trying to play, or are you listening into this conversation?
I'm still trying to play.
Okay.
Playing. I'll probably, instead of transitioning to more angry songs, I'll probably stick with just reminding them about community, and maybe even get if I'm getting audience participation in general with some of the more popular songs, I might even get a couple of audience members to come up and tell me a story about a time that one of their neighbors helped them out of a hard spot, and then turn it into a song just on the spot. Try to just for some amusement and to upbeat and get people in a better mood. I'm just gonna, instead of trying to get them to be angry, I'm going to let them decide, remind them of community, make them happy, make them confident, and let them decide whether they want to riot.
Alrighty. Sounds good. We'll continue on with a 27 performance from earlier.
Miss Sario, listen to the words of this song, all right? It's about community, all right?
Yeah, I'm gonna help the community. No one else will have to go out there.
We're gonna help each other help the community. All right, we're gonna do this together.
Well, I mean, you can all sacrifice yourselves, but I think they only really need one.
Well, they may be more, because if you're saying that this is why it hasn't worked, but I don't know how it would. Even if it did work, how long would we have to continue that? Would she ever be satisfied? Don't think it's worth it.
I can't sit by with somebody else is sent to their doom when I have the power to not be necessarily. I have a better chance of survival out there than they do.
They're not being sent to their doom. And you don't, because they're coming back fine because of the... Mr. Gad, back me up on this.
Well, you see, when they throw him in the volcano, there's a back door.
Volcano? It's...
Volcano. Cold, bitter, north of death. Obviously, there's not a volcano out there. I kept up with that.
Okay.
She's young, Mr. Gad. She doesn't get the...
I mean, volcanoes are more... Yeah, I don't know.
When you deal with sabotage, you have to use code names.
Oh, sabotage. Okay. I'm just not well versed in sabotage. Okay, so I know that you've been here before and you've done this and you're so smart and everything like that, but I was told to find the source. That's what I need to do.
We're gonna find the source together. I don't think you're gonna find it going out there in your less than your knickers and getting killed by yetis and bandits and things. Doesn't sound like a very good plan to me. Nope. 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 You're gonna keep quiet, right?
Okay, Baron. I'm sorry.
That's it. That's right. That's what I like to hear. Remember, I'm your guide.
That's true. You are in charge, but I really thought it was a great plan.
Is there anything else that you do?
I guess
Or
I'll
do you
ask.
just wait?
So where's Mr. Quincy? Was he? He should have gone with you to look after you, right?
No, I can do it by myself. I don't know. He stayed behind. Mm.
You got all your money on you?
Uh,
Oh, there's thieves about.
oh, I mean, you have it now, but yeah.
Oh, here.
Oh, thank you.
Here's all your stuff back.
No, nobody harassed me. I just met the lovely lady at the church and the little gnome.
All right. So we make a face of doing our job. We get paid, and then we'll figure out what the next step is.
So, are all of them in are all of them nearby? And
What do you mean, all of the people?
all of our group.
Except for Quincy. Yeah, I don't know. What
Quincy's
doing.
Quincy's back by now.
I was going to say I'll be looking for Berend specifically.
I love how we're all like using the shortest person in the party as the milepost. Looking for the dwarf. Looking for the dwarf.
Well, I do.
I'm tall for a dwarf. I'll have you know.
Right, but I'm taller than you.
Are
I'm
you?
short. I think so. I think I'm 5'1".
I think I might be taller than you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's an actual reason why I'm looking for Berend.
Of course.
I'm probably going to, with you three standing right next to each other, I'm going to cast aid on the three of you. So you get your hit point maximum increases by 5. And you get your hit point maximum increases by 5, and you get 5 additional hit points.
And who was that on?
Gat, Aaron,
Aaron.
and Zariel. Yeah.
So it's not temporary health. Or
It's
is
good
it?
for like 8 hours, isn't it?
It's 8 hours. Yep.
It's it increases your max, your total hit points, so you can heal above your max by 5.
Okay.
It also like gets rid of poison or something like that, if I remember correctly.
No, I think it's just.
Oh. I thought it's something else, but that's okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of you. Alrighty.
So Quincy finds me, and I go through.
Here you go. I've got something for you, and I give him the trap.
Is this code?
No, it's a trap.
Apparently, subterfuge is a new word for Berend.
I was given it. You're the ranger. You're the one who does the hunting.
Right. Do you know about the reserve? No. I tell him about the.
Okay. You're talking in circles. It's hard to understand you.
Well, he started it. He's talking about traps and things, sabotage.
No,
I've seen a few mummer plays. I I get the gist of it.
As
Mr. Quincy, nice cloak.
You?
And I'll tell him about the secret tunnel and the plan. My plan, anyway.
okay. As you're standing there talking, you hear a loud, obnoxious dwarf. Ah, there you are. I was looking for you.
I'll
So,
look up at Gat and be like, he's real easy to pick out in a crowd.
He's quite louder than the rest of us.
I take it you've heard about all the festivities that are going to take place here shortly.
Festivities, you say?
And he kind of leans over. They're not actually going to die.
You know about the...
Of course I know. I was...
you didn't know I knew, though.
No,
Did
I
you know I've
didn't.
been charged with seeing through this whole thing? I could have arrested you right there for...
You like power.
Just saying, you
Uh,
know. But you
Quincy's
know,
just
you...
got-
Oh, what's that?
Quincy's going to look at two of them to go like, is a lack of subtlety a general trait of dwarves, or is it just you two?
Well, we're not as sneaky as you to humans. We're normally sneaky to animals.
And we don't need to be because we're strong and...
Yeah, Grist,
So-
that smell, I think most animals would find you.
Oh,
I'm a bit ripe.
Eh,
Ooh. Pity.
Standing there, you eventually hear bung, bung, bung bells ringing in the distance. Obviously, that's not super to scale. I mean, the distance is, but the amount of people is much more crowded and packed. I just didn't want to put 1,200
people.
tokens out on the map.
I definitely would have been on that one. Within 30 feet of the stage.
Okay, we will just move everybody over to that area. And as you hear the bells, you see walking through the alley there. Quincy, were you planning on hiding somewhere in this point in time? Now that you've heard the bells?
No, I could probably disappear into the crowd quickly enough.
Okay. You see a group of individuals come out of the alley, and you can see Bran actually look over and then quickly turn his back to the entirety of the alley and just kind of stare off in the other direction. You see bandits. A short dwarven woman, red hair, braids, 3 of them tied very tight to the top of her head. Shaved on the side, you can see some runes, some tattooed onto the side of her head.
Can we
Just-
read what they mean or say?
The dwarves probably could.
What if somebody else was proficient in Dwarven?
If you are proficient in Dwarven, it's basically the Dwarven phrasing like commands respect.
Oh wow. Okay.
Or not, yeah, demands respect. And you see a tall gentleman in a paler skin, eyes blue as ice, standing out in front, and you can see, let me pull it up a little bit. He's got dark hair that's kind of pulled back into a ponytail. His face very clean shaven. He does not appear dressed in furs as everyone else does. Prefers simply just a cape, almost, with a collar that kind of pops up to the side, a blue vest. You're thinking there's just no way that this guy can't be cold, but looking at him, he seems comfortable. He doesn't appear to be armed. Looking at him, you don't see any weapons or anything at his sides. They just stop, leaning up against the wall, talking amongst themselves closest to you as they peer on. And Speaker Duvessa steps up.
Since I've been playing, and I have this crowd, as soon as Duvessa, I see Duvessa as wanting attention, I'll probably thaumaturgy my voice and announce, "Thank you for your attention, everyone. Thank you. You're a wonderful crowd. It's been wonderful. But unfortunately, there are important matters that precede this. Please take it away, Duvessa."
And as she's looking over towards you, gives you this weird look, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, this is not a time for like flamboyance and showmanship. It's very more of a somber time, and you can see she is very troubled. Like, she looks like she has the weight of the world on her shoulders. Like, this is not an easy decision for her to make. And it's at this point that I want you all to pick a number between 1 and 1,200. And just go ahead and type it in chat.
But
Alrighty. I wonder if it'll actually let me roll a 1D 1,200.
I bet it will.
Yeah, Google lets you run like any roll.
But I'm doing it in roll 20.
Oh, I think roll 20 does too.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a random number generator.
Yeah, pretty much.
it should be fine.
I think they might even have it in the advanced dice roller.
You can just type roll 1D.
The slash R.
Yeah.
1D.
Even slash R.
1200. Yeah.
Okay. And she looks out over the crowd.
How were these numbers assigned to us?
It's
Well,
not.
This is just for him.
It's a bucket of names.
Yeah, it's just a
drawn
bucket of
on.
names. I'm just
These
reaching.
these
Yeah,
numbers represent. Okay.
So does she? Do I see her pick out a name?
she hasn't picked it out yet.
Okay.
But you definitely see a large. It's not a bucket. It's a bag. As she starts to speak, she speaks in a loud but still saddened tone. I thank you all for coming here today. I'm sorry for whoever's chosen and their family. The snow that we in Icewind Dale will be forever grateful for your sacrifice. We want more than anything for this endless night to cease. Well, I suppose I should... And she just kind of nods and reaches her hand, and anybody paying close enough attention can see that she's now quivering as she is reaching her hand into this bag.
I'm going to preempt her her saying the name. When I see her like open her mouth, I'm going to preempt it with a minor illusion that appears to be coming from her mouth of the words Vesa Shane in her voice.
Wait, what?
Do you have the actor feed?
Yeah, link. Link.
So minor illusion.
Yeah.
But a mind illusion is not voice. It's just.
You create a sound. Its volume can range from whisper to a scream. It can be your voice, someone else's voice.
Okay. But it's a sound or image.
Yeah, sound.
I mean, so
or
that
image.
would be a sound.
So she opens her mouth and her voice comes out. She doesn't say things, but I mean, I'm guessing not everyone has a clear view of her mouth.
All right, I had to choose Grist in there. Okay.
If I get pulled, I was going to say that would be the biggest natural one ever.
Well, it wasn't any of us.
Close.
But it's closest to Quincy, so...
Yeah, but if this is like Price is Right rules.
Closest without going over.
Right. That would be me.
One
But
second
no,
as I'm assessing my chart here.
But he minor illusion to say Devesa, so.
Yeah, I know, but we'll have
I
to
know,
see. We'll see how that actually.
That'd be hilarious if it was actually Devesa.
That would be.
Out of character, I've got to say this plan is really stupid.
What are the components for that? It is somatic and material, a bit of fleece.
Yep.
Okay, not even a
So
verbal.
no.
That's
I don't
that's
say
wild.
anything.
Yeah. As she starts to open her mouth and state the name, you cast the minor illusion to have it say Duvessa Shane. You hear the entire crowd gasp, all looking in her direction, as the crowd is now murmuring to themselves wildly, like, oh my god, is she really gonna do this? You hear, this can't be, like, she's our leader. You hear that the town is very divided in this. How could she have put her own name into this hat? And then she says again, will Mum Amberscar step forward, please? Now there's this quizzical look among the crowd. And the gentleman, Baron, you would... Oh, I gotta switch to the right page. You would recognize this gentleman as Sheriff Markham Southwell.
Oh.
He is basically her right-hand bodyguard, but also the keeper of the militia and everything of the town. He steps up to the speaker. Miss, you knew the consequences of this. You can't have somebody else sacrificed. I'm gonna have to take you. And he grabs her. She says, "What? Wait, what are you talking about? It's right here, on this paper." And you can see the crowd is getting extremely anxious as Mum in the back is starting to walk forward. You can see the crowd kind of parting, like the Red Sea, just making a clear path for her to walk forward. This elderly woman. I heard you say, Whimsy, are you attempting to do something?
No.
And as the sheriff looks at this piece of paper, he steps up. It appears during this nervousness, our speaker originally said the wrong name. And he takes the paper from her hands. Right here is the correct name, the one that was written on the paper that she drew. And he looks at the woman that she had called. Mum, I'm so sorry. And as this old woman is getting help walking up to the stage, he hands her the piece of paper. And she pulls back her hood, and you can see this white hair. And hear her close enough, you can hear her kind of...
It's okay. If it's my turn to go, this is how it must be.
You know the rules, madam. And she starts to undress.
I'm gonna start forward.
Okay.
If no one stops me, I'm gonna walk up to the stage and I'm gonna offer a prayer for Miss Mum.
I would stop you. What
Okay.
you doing?
I just need to pray over the situation. I need to offer her
All right,
hope.
you can do that from right here at your post. You can help her when she's...
But she doesn't know.
She don't. It's all right.
Baron, we can't just sit here and let this happen.
Yes, we
If
can.
I hear that, I'm gonna say I don't disagree. I think we should stop and I think we should stop this.
And how many people would die if you incite a riot to try and stop it?
Did I notice the crowd like what the crowd thinks about the whole her saying her own name first?
There are still some that believe that there could be a conspiracy. That this was pre-planned somehow, that Mum would sacrifice herself if Speaker Devessa Shane's name was ever drawn.
As part of the protection force, can we send Gat up there to verify the name on the paper?
You guys can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's all... Yeah, you can try to do whatever.
Mr. Gat, I heard her say your name. I'm just curious. Can you go check along with the sheriff to make sure that was the right name?
Sure. Yes. And I'll make my way up to the stage and approach. Is it still the security guy that's holding the paper? Or?
Yeah, Sheriff Markham. I think it's Markham Southwell.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll get
Markham
on this
Southall,
phone.
yep.
Sir, may I have a look at that?
And he looks over to the speaker, and she nods. Kind of reaches in from his pocket.
I'll
Hands
take
to
it.
you. Says Mum.
It says Mum. And I'll kind of look to the crowd and go, it's Mum.
Mum's the word.
Mum's the word.
And you see the people in the crowd kind of quiet down a little bit. Still very visibly sad. Eventually, as the old woman was stripped down, you gotta go?
No, I thought there was a. I was gonna like try to do something because I thought I had disconnected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mum is stripped down and then led back down the stairs by Sheriff Markham. You see... Actually, give me a perception check, all of you.
Perception.
I'm so good at this.
I'm supposed to be good at it.
You're supposed to be. Yeah.
Oh.
You still did better than me.
Apparently I'm very perceptive today.
Well, you're on edge.
Baron, you see... I take it back. We'll start with Whimsy first. Whimsy, you see a dwarf come up to the old woman and reach out and clasp her hand and then kiss it and appears to offer some sort of blessing. And the undressed woman just nods and continues on out the east path. Baron, you notice that dwarf is Ogden.
I am going to, as she's going off, I'm going to give her a bardic inspiration. Tell her basically that her community loves her and they believe in her. Offering her a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Hopefully help her survive.
Alrighty.
If we were higher level, we would riot. But
I think we could take him.
at level 4?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, but
5. Maybe at level 5.
Is that
How
second
many-
attack?
How many people would die just so one person doesn't die?
Right. That's why no one's doing anything, and we're all like stuck in inaction because it's
Well,
like.
I definitely would if I didn't know that there was a second opportunity to save her. But yeah.
Whimsy, with a 23, as you're hopping down off the cart, passing the bandit and passing this mysterious man with the dark pulled back hair, dressed in not winter clothing, you can't help but glance over in his direction as you are making your way there, and you happen to spot that his hands and kind of up his sleeve has some blood spattering to it. Kind of soaked into the clothes a little bit, but you can definitely recognize it as blood. Do with that information what you will.
Do I
Probably the local butcher.
think it has any magical relationship? Like it might be.
Give me an Arcana check.
Let's hope. Oh dear, I don't.
No, thinking back on whether or not there could be any ritual meaning to that blood, You don't think so?
Probably just a thug.
Yeah. You guys need a bathroom break or anything? Because I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Go to the
All right.
bathroom.
Perfect.
Go to the bathroom.
Be
Yeah, I
right
could do
back.
that.
Get a snack.
Snack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. With Mum now walking towards the east gate, the crowd slowly follows behind at a safe distance. Eventually, this old naked woman gets out, probably 100 or so feet from the gate, and turns and looks. She slowly turns her head back out and continues to go. The day is relatively clear. By day, I mean the night is relatively clear. There's no snowy winds masking any line of sight. And as the people stand watching her walk out further and further, slowly, one by one, they start to trickle back inside. She's a few 100 yards away from the gate at this point. Anybody do anything?
I think I'd probably keep a watch on either the walls, I guess, if we can like see out over.
I am going to an illusion off the side of the road, something for me to hide inside of, like a snow mound or something. About 30 feet away from the gate. Then I'm going to Misty Steps to it. And I'm going to try to...
Is a minor illusion a concentration spell?
No, it lasts for a minute.
Okay.
I can cast it every 6 seconds.
Okay.
I'm going to try and use it to aid my stealthy movement towards her to try to catch up. This mound off to the side. Hopefully nobody's seeing it. Hopefully nobody's noticing this mound of snow.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay. I get advantage by any chance?
I mean, the stealth check isn't for hiding in the mound. It's actually for being able to misty step from the crowd.
Ah.
Realizing that the misty step would be pretty obvious, you skirt off into kind of a side alley, find some crates to climb on top of that would allow you to still have line of sight on the freshly made mound before doing it. You're able to make it safely.
Right, so I'm gonna try and catch up to her stealthily and basically.
You would absolutely run out of spell slots.
Minor illusion is not with Misty Step. I'm gonna basically minor illusion's 5-foot cube. Gonna, if I can at least get like, is there any trees or
2.5 feet at a time? Because you'd have to still remain halfway inside of the next one to cast.
Is there anything at all that can hide me from the gate?
Let's take a look at the world map. No. This is barren waste. Let me actually mark the map for you guys. That's not what I want. I want the words. Enchanter. Come on, you turds.
Ping it and I'll mark it for you.
Nope, I got it.
Okay.
Is that showing up on yours?
Nope, I think you're on the wrong layer.
I was on the hidden layer, and I just moved it to the map layer.
I see it.
Oh, I got
But
it now.
now I'll move it to the token
Oh.
layer.
Now I've got it. Yeah.
It was just taking a bit to load.
There we go. Looking around there, seeing this large hill that's leading up to the town, the closest cover, closest tree that you see is way off to the east. Everything else is just clear vision and
Okay.
snow.
Well, presumably, so yeah, I'll go slow following her. Presumably she'll stop at some point, and either all or whatnot, and hopefully I can give her with some extra adventure, with some extra clothes and maybe a blanket I have in my pack.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I don't know.
Probably watching from the wall for some time, and then I'd probably make my way to Kelvin's Comfort to kind of anxiously drink and, await some kind of sign that she's okay.
Okay. Quincy? Yeah.
I'll probably go with him to the Kelvin's Comfort.
Okay.
And Quincy will have the very difficult choice of what should I have for dinner.
Yeah, with all the drama going on, that's
Scott,
be a
what
tough
about
choice.
yourself?
So once they send her, like, gone, everybody just goes back home?
Slowly but surely, yeah. There's still some people that are out praying and along the wall watching. Little do they know they're preventing her from being able to walk back as long as she's still being watched.
Right, would I know, like, even if... Was I aware that Whimsy is misty stepping and trying to get there?
No, his 21 beat your passive perception.
17, okay. But I would understand even if somebody were to clothe her, she probably wouldn't make it through the night.
That would be correct, yes.
Okay. Then yeah, I would just follow Baron back to Kelvin's Comfort.
I feel so trapped and indecision. Like there's nothing I can do.
Oh,
And it's frustrating.
before I left, I just I basically told Van to head back, meet me at the inn, basically, that I know we're staying at.
Okay.
I did give Bran direction. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Kelvin's
Has all-
Comfort's also an inn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are there rooms to stay there? So, okay.
Yep.
I would like to stay.
He has all
Make
that
those
money
arrangements as
that
well.
he collected for me.
Okay.
However much that was, I haven't counted it yet.
Who's gonna run away?
Ooh, yeah.
With all your profits.
Very well, might. See.
Good. Alrighty. Sariel, are you heading back to Kelvin's Cairn? Or Kelvin's Comfort? Fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'm just following Baron at this point because I just feel so helpless.
I'll try to tell you a story about how sometimes you need to be patient, like a spider.
You save big this home and auto bundle. It's Java Festa Save
That
It's
sounds
on.
kind of devious, and I'll just kind of like rattle off about like bears hibernating in winter to prepare for spring, and like try to make it into some kind of parable that's.
I'm just kinetic energy and like frustrated, and you can tell I'm visibly upset, but I'm not doing anything to actively derail anybody.
Few short moments later after you leave, the old woman collapses out in the snow.
How far away
With
am
that,
I?
you're still probably maybe about 150, 200 yards away. Keeping in mind that she was moving probably 10 foot a turn and you were moving 2.5 feet a turn.
You're getting outpaced by an old woman.
But as she's fallen, like even you, as far as you're out into the snow, you hear some cries, some loud weeping from the groups that was still watching.
I'll be checking back as I'm slowly moving, trying to see when people will stop looking, so I can hopefully run. But I just keep moving straight towards her. As soon as I'm within 30 feet, I'll
You eventually
prestidigitate.
see that the majority of the crowd has left, but give me a perception check to see if you can see if there are any guards. You do see one guard standing atop a tall watchtower.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
Let's see. Calculator time. Let's say you have to move 150 yards. Let's just say that you're moving 3 feet at a time for simplicity's sake. It takes you 6 seconds a turn.
Oh, 150 times 6 is 15 minutes. Or 50 times 6.
Yeah, 50 times 6 is 300.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Eventually, you're able to
So
make it there.
she's hopefully not frozen to death. I'm going to, once I'm close by, I'm going to use prestidigitation to kick up some, like a breeze, kick up some powder, and basically make it look like her body is covered.
Okay.
Then I'll get out my bedroll, try to wake her.
As
Thaumaturgy warm or prestidigitation.
you shake
warms some
her,
stuff.
she rolls over, and you can see clutched in her hands is a small bottle of Firebrand whiskey. And it is clearly empty. Or the fire brandy.
It's good. Good. Is she awake?
Her eyes are closed, but her teeth are chattering.
Okay. I'm going to get her into a bedroll and prestidigitation warm up the bedroll and slowly start dragging her back towards the towards the thing through minor illusions.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Being outside the walls at night, even with your cold weather gear, it is extremely cold. You're okay for now.
She getting better with me warming up the bedroll through prestidigitation.
Yes. It's hard to tell at first because the chattering stops and she goes more limp. Almost unconscious even.
Hmm.
But it's more from the exhaustion level of the cold than it is her being unconscious about to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Breathing gets steadier, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I am going to cast aid on both of us.
Okay.
Hopefully that'll um uh, hopefully that'll help things
Eventually,
out a little bit.
keeping an eye on the guard tower, and the guard now presuming that she has succumbed to the wilderness and buried in the snow, you can see that he turns his back from the outside. And you would probably be able to make your way much quicker.
Yeah, and yeah, so I will do that. Try to get back to the thing, and Baron told me where the entrance was.
Okay.
So I'll try. I'll start looking for that.
Give me a perception
Make
check.
Right. Don't fail me now. Oh dear God.
You are really struggling to find this. You are looking around. Yeah, I need you to make me another Constitution saving throw.
I'm really bad at that.
So you are going to suffer 1 point of exhaustion.
Hey, good thing I cast aid before that, because I can't. Wait, when do you lose the ability to cast leveled spells? Third?
No,
Three
that's
level-
not exhaustion. That's only our homebrew
Got it.
thing.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. That's not part of just standard exhaustion.
Okay. I understand now.
Eventually you do find it.
Okay.
And swiping back the snow and finding into the tunnel, you have reached safety. Eventually you see Ogden on the other side and helps you. That was really brave what you did. I imagine you're one of Baron's friends. Hurry, let's get her in, get her near, get her warm, clothed.
2. Oh.
Of course. And he gives you a small vial of the fire brandy to warm your body. And the rest of you up. I don't know if you're enjoying your meal or...
Well, I would have said during this whole time while we're waiting, we'd be trying to reassure Serial, like, everything's going to be okay, and, like, trying to get her to go to bed, and, like, kind of put forth this front of being really patient and confidence in, like, how everything is going. But as I drink more fire brandy, I'd be leaning into Ogden and being like, if you got a rat problem in your cellar, you know, I could help out with that. We've had rats on a ship that we came in on. Just if you need any help with that. Oh, it's getting late into the night. I wonder.
I'll go check on that. He wanders away from the bar.
But it's not the time to be worrying about rats, Baron. I mean, they'll be fine. Just feel so helpless. This is
You're
not
right,
what...
Miss Serial. You're right. The rats are a cunning creature that come alive at night, though. So
We should be out there helping her. We should be doing something. We're not just sitting here doing nothing.
well, that's all we can do is maybe go and get some rest and trust that it's all for the best. And maybe occupy our minds with something like rats.
I don't want to worry about rats right now.
The rats are a cunning creature, let me tell you. They tunnel through
Baron,
the floor and,
I understand that you and rats have a history, but it's fine. Like, they'll be fine. I'm sure somebody else can deal with the rat problem. What can we
Somebody
do?
did.
So what can we do to start like changing things? I mean, do we leave? We can't leave. We have to find.
maybe just go upstairs and pray to your god or something.
Fine, and I'll huff off to the room, I guess.
I'll turn to Gat. It's way over her head. Way over her head.
Yeah, she'll understand in another 10 years.
Quincy, you're just enjoying your stew and bread.
After hearing worry about it for like 10-15 minutes, Quint swear, grab Baron and drag him off to the back.
You're gonna do what? You're gonna drag Baron where?
To the back room.
Okay. All right. Baron,
This-
do you resist at all?
Wait. I'm all right. I've only had a few.
Shut up and
I'll be
come.
okay.
All right.
Is this a team matter? Do you have? All right.
All right. You get him back to the back room. What do you do?
Alright, where's this damn trapdoor?
Give me a perception check.
I mean, that's why I'll drag Baron back so he can show us where it is.
Yeah, but I mean, what's your passive perception check, or what's your passive perception?
Passive is 12.
Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't see it right away, but
Well, so we can just go back into this room without anybody.
there's not a whole lot of staff, and the one person that guards it primarily is down in it.
Why do you need to know where it is? You gotta trust Ogden. He and I have been friends for years. Yeah, are you getting anxious like Miss Sariel?
I just know how to get that old woman somewhere safe. Will you just open the damn door?
And as you're standing there bickering about opening the door, you hear the latch creak open, and Ogden just gasps, "Oh, it's just you." And he climbs up and closes it behind, relatches it, puts the rug back, looks
That's
around.
it, Mr. Quincy.
She's safe. I don't know who that person was, but I'm guessing they're with your group because I haven't seen him around before. Tiefling.
Oh.
He,
Makes sense. Hope he wasn't seen. He kind of stands out.
hopefully not. But
How are you going to get her out of here?
Unfortunately, it's going to be through the same way she came in. We'll bundle her up nice and tight and keep her with lots of supplies, get her to go wherever she wants to go.
I can get her far away from here and no problem. Right now.
How do you plan on doing that?
That is none of your damn business.
Mr. Quincy's a master assassin that's come under our employ recently. It's best, he's a man of mystery
Some big
and
guy's office.
great magic, so
Right, I can only imagine that. Just like and this old lady just gets plopped down in somebody's office.
Can I just say,
That's what he's planning to do.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. Where do you plan on taking her to Targos or Bremen?
Neverwinter, if you must know.
How are you gonna get her back to?
That's a few weeks worth of travel. That's more supplies than I'm willing to part with. You gonna
Tell
pay
me
for-
where she is. She'll
She's
be
still
there in seconds.
She's still down there recovering. She was out in the cold, naked, alone for a long time. Needs a little bit of time to relax and get better.
Are you a wizard? And an assassin?
Oh.
Whimsy, you're there too, I think.
No, Whimsy's
I'm
still down in the
down.
basement,
I'm
probably
down in
getting
the thing.
warm.
Getting warm, making sure she's warm. Keeping an eye on
We
her,
all
making
have our-
sure she's still breathing.
We all have our secrets and our tricks.
What was that? Not all
We all
secret.
have our secrets and our tricks.
I'm afraid I don't know you. I appreciate your willingness to help, but I've done this a couple times now and it's been alright. I think we'll stick with the manner that we've been taking care of him.
Maybe
What?
he's had a bit too much of the fire brandy.
He doesn't look like it. I've seen lots of people drinking fire brandy to know. He looks of sound mind, determined. At least let her sleep on it through the night. We'll reconvene in the morning. How's that sound? You're a complete stranger. Let's talk a little bit more to develop some trust.
I trust him. He's my assassin. We've fought through harpies. We've ran into bandits on the road. He's
Get
part
it?
of my team.
That's fine. Well, if he's not willing to be honest with where she's going,
Neverwinter.
there's no way you're gonna take her all the way to Neverwinter.
Unless you're a wizard.
We could go visit some wizards.
Mr.
Or
Gat,
visit
how long
Guy.
have you been here?
Oh, am I not there?
I'm just,
I thought we
I'm,
all
I'm
went
just,
You
go-
could
I'm
have
just going to
wandered
turn
over
and say,
there.
like,
It would have been fine.
Sorry.
I'm just going to turn to him and just say, like, you can send her across the snow. She has a chance of freezing to death, and she'll just be in the next town over. She could be easily spotted by someone. Or I can have her in Neverwinter. Seconds. Where it's going to see you.
Look, let's
Your choice.
trust
And I'm just going to
Ogden.
turn around and I'm going to walk away.
Let her rest, and till then, mum's the word.
Oh, that's gonna be a running joke from here on out, isn't it?
Let's just rest on it. Let me sleep on your offer. If you'll be here tomorrow, we can talk about it a little more then. See, a lot of people that are from south come up here for a place of acceptance. I don't know what type of past Mum has. I don't know if she's still wanted or what have you. Why she's not down there now. Most people don't come up here and stay because they love it. All got her past. I'll talk to her in the morning.
She could have been an assassin like you, Mr. Quincy.
Could have been.
All
Sorry,
right.
I was just basically having a hissy fit in her room, and she's punching walls and feeling helpless and awful. The whole thing.
That happens.
It's late. You should all get some rest. Gonna be shutting down the bar here soon.
All right.
normally
One
have
more.
a-
One more.
You know where to find it. You can pour it yourself. People normally go home on these nights pretty early.
Are you holding up, Mr. Gat?
A little tired, but well.
Some moss under your tongue.
Not even the moss can fix this one.
Oof. All right. As he's pushing some of the patrons out, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here unless you're a paying customer staying in one of the rooms. And as the last patron leaves, and it's just the remainder of you all, he locks the door, kills some of the lanterns.
I'll go see Serial, especially if I hear her pouting. And I'll explain when I was talking about the rats and the tunnel, it's because I was speaking in code and sabotage about the about the tunnel that would save Mom, and she's fine. She's back in. She's warm, and so is Mr. Whimsy.
Do they need anything? Can I offer any services to help her?
She's resting right now. It's fine.
You said
did
Whimsy?
you know? Aye.
Where did he go? I didn't even notice he left.
Oh, apparently he went out to make sure that the operation was a success.
Oh.
Did you know Mr. Quincy's a wizard?
What do you mean by that?
He was talking about, you all have your daft plans about solving this whole mess, and he was very serious and, in his dark and mysterious way, talking about bringing her to Neverwinter.
Huh, is that where that box goes?
I don't get that phrase.
Yeah, he's a box, and he just disappeared into it one night.
You think I'm putting him into a box by
No.
calling him an assassin all the time?
No, Quincy went into
Because
a
I
box.
think he's a wizard now, so I'm not quite set.
I'm sure, yes. Yeah. I believe him. I would believe him, Baron. I would believe Quincy. When he says that he can send her there, he's got his ways. He also gave me this, and I'll show you my wand of magic missile.
It's a nice stick.
Yeah, it shoots pew pew.
So, maybe he's a wizard.
Maybe.
We're very, very fortunate with the team we've put together. But anyway,
we can't continue to let this happen, though. We have to come up with a way to stop it, Baron. Can't
agreed.
just. It's a band-aid fix. This poor woman who's been out in the cold, and I mean, you guys should have just let me go.
We've got to find this. No. We'll find this source together.
But they're still gonna send people out there, and it's still gonna be a band-aid fix to try to save them.
Well, a band-aid's better than bleeding out. Right?
Yeah, but they keep picking at the wound.
Well, we got some time before it gets infected. We'll root it out at the source. This is code speak again. I don't know if you're following.
I'm following. I think I'm finally caught up on you there,
Yeah.
Baron. Oh. Healing can take some time, though. We need to make a plan and work on building a salve for the healing.
Quincy, Whimsy, Gat, are you guys all making your way to bedtime? Do you guys got other things going on?
I once I'm confident that does she wake up or is she sleeping?
She is sleeping. She is exhausted. She was on the
Okay.
brink of death, and you saved her.
Once I am confident that she is going to be all right, I like she's next to a fire, whatnot. I'm probably going to head out and look for Baron in particular. Talk about.
I think that Baron and I should be proficient in Thieves' Cant now.
You'll all be proficient before this time's over.
Just saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for Baron.
Okay.
A piece of my mind about this whole thing.
He's upstairs in my room.
If somebody points me in that direction, I'll head there. I'll ask if who's seen Baron.
Quincy, what were you doing? Were you going to bed?
I'm gonna go to bed, but I'm gonna climb out the window. What was the name of the caravan that basically robs everyone?
Yeah.
Torga?
Yeah,
Torga is
Torga's.
the boss.
Well,
lady.
it's
Okay.
Torga. It's Torga's. It's Torg's.
Tog.
Torg's caravan. I know it's here somewhere. Nope, not that one. It's this one. It is. Yep, traveling merchant company called Torgs. That is correct. You're gonna go to your bedroom and then you're gonna sneak out the window, you said? It looks like we might have lost Quincy. His internet connection froze.
A great
thinking.
pose for him, though. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah,
Oh,
All right,
there
he's
he is.
back.
kind of.
All right. So you said you were gonna go to your bed and then climb out the window.
He's
Shit.
still having issues.
We lost him again.
think
You
he's-
know what? Let's go ahead and call it there for this session. We will pick up there next time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only 10 minutes to 1, so.